Welcome back to the final Christmas edition for Making Money Matter 2023. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kerry Stevenson, and I've got Tony Locantro back on my final interview before we take a little bit of a break for Christmas, although I may come on just on my own, give a little bit of a rant and carry on during Christmas and New Year, never know. But Tony, it's been always fun to have you on the channel. Yeah. We're growing the channel. But we are coming into Christmas. Truth Bomb Tony, you always tell it like it is. Welcome back.
Always an absolute pleasure to be here, Kerry. It's just, well, let's reflect. It's been, I guess, a two-speed year. Looking at our market returns, it's been truly fucked. There's no other word. No other word to describe it. I can't sugarcoat it. This has been a shocking year for returns. We only really had Spartan and one of my industrial holdings, Mayfield, did okay, but everything else struggled under the weight of selling pressure, a couple of setbacks, and a disinterested market in gold, silver, and base metals stocks, basically. So out of my 25, I'm going to put it down as two complete shockers, but out of two shockers comes the war stories of the future. So I'm going to be saying to clients, remember when we could buy that stock at 2 cents and it's now 30? Remember when we can pick up Saturn metals at a low price, and look at that now. I go back, remember when we bought Ramilius at 4.7 cents? Northern Star under 5 cents, Saracen 5 cents. Other stocks over my 25 years, the best war stories come out of the shittiest markets. And on the other negative note has been, I could read people pretty well, ex-cop, part-time psychiatrist, and the level of passive aggressiveness, it's just been tough. I mean, everyone's chasing money. It's like I've got a debt to a loan shark. It's just been, I haven't been worn down at all, but it's just been the level of aggressiveness towards me. I cop a lot of shit on social media. I don't.
You do actually, Tony. And guys, let's just put it out there once and for all. Keyboard warriors, it's very well. It's all well and good to be able to just say something nasty, but you don't have to take Tony's advice. This is not financial advice. Tony and I are going to have a bit of a yarn, but you've got to do your own due diligence in these situations, and especially in a market which is as challenging as this one has been. Tony's not the only one. I mean, my portfolio is down substantially, and neither of us have got crystal balls, because if we did, we'd own Necker Island and be swatting around on the world on a ship every day of the week. But it doesn't work that way. But it's not. We don't want you just to listen to us. This is some views that we have, some stocks that we suggest maybe you should have a look at. But neither Tony or I would suggest that you take what we say and go all in or even, but you've got to do your research. And Tony, I find that a lot of people these days, they want the easy wins and they want the easy answers. And nobody's got easy answers, as I said before, otherwise we'd be on Necker Island.
Well, a lot of the fundamentals in my stocks haven't changed, and if anything, they've strengthened.
Oh.
And if companies have to raise money to people that couldn't give a shit about them, they go down further. Well, to me, it's like trying to hold down a beach ball. And I've got more ticker than a Marsala, Kerry. So I just keep fighting, swinging, and I think myself and my clients, those who support me, we're going to have a great couple of years coming up. I think we're absolutely going to smash it. And once we have a little bit of stock rotation, people start to feel a bit better. It only takes one good announcement to trigger a dopamine hit, and you're back in the game. And in order to win lotto, which quite a lot of my clients have, they've had lotto style returns, you have to stay in the bloody game. And you're going to have terrible years. The companies aren't going to perform. All the hot money chases the pretty girls, like these shit lithium stocks, which a lot of them are shit. Let's be honest. There's quite a few winners. It's like the shit tech stocks. It's like the shit uranium, shit AI stocks, milk stocks, childcare stocks, retractable syringe stocks. They're all just it's just, this pattern hasn't changed since .com from what I've seen. And a lot of it's rubbish. They're rubbish. They're not going to go anywhere, Kerry. They're just going to die. Unfortunately, I've had to watch them go up because traders are interested, and they've lost patience on fundamentals. So look, a bad year for returns, one of my worst out of 25, but I'm really excited about the future of our companies. I guess my success came giving up drinking, sugar, carbs, and getting on carnivore. And I'm almost now as cut as a kilo of Coke.
Oh, stop.
And
You're going to get me banned on YouTube.
Oh, who cares? Who cares? Well, I'll get shredded like cheddar then.
Yeah, there we go. Shredded
like that. And I feel great, mentally on top of it. I've been smashing out the Zooms for clients, company interviews. I did my top stocks Zoom on Tuesday night. We had a great show up. And I'm just really looking forward to the future and getting back into some form.
All right. Well, listen, my audience out there, beautiful audience that you all are. And by the way, if I can just do a shout out to each and every one of you that has subscribed, we're now nearly at 5,400 subscribers. So please share with as many as you can. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers by February next year, and I'll keep bringing you as much value as I can. So if there's something specific you want, shoot me an email to kerry@makingmoneymatter.com.au, and I promise you I will reply to each and every one of them. But Tony, one of the questions for you as we head into the end of 2023, don't know where that year went. What are the things that you look for when because there's so many stocks out there, thousands and thousands. How do you choose? Do you choose by commodity? Do you choose by management? Do you choose by how much money they've got in the bank? What is it that so what do you look for, and what are some of the red flags? I reckon that's a great way to finish up 2023.
We'll start with the red flags. You look at companies that dilute their shareholders to buggery.
Yep.
You look at all.
Sorry to interrupt you, but talk to us like 5-year-olds, because I know that I've got a few people in the audience that go, well, what does that even mean? When you dilute, it's they're continuing to issue new shares by raising capital constantly, correct?
Yeah. Now the thing is, to a 5-year-old, no, you can't have that Kinder Surprise. So you're just issuing a heap of cheap stock, a heap of cheap options. Those involved don't buy shares on market. You look at projects that recycle projects just to get a share price lift. Look, you can make a lot of money in these stocks, but you can also win on a poker machine. So that's the way I look at it. I look at the companies that are fad chasers over many years. Some of these companies went .com in 2000. They're still around. They will chase any fad. But again, if you get in at the right price, you can make money, but it becomes a dopamine addiction.
Yeah.
I look at companies that just poke around the edges, drill into the guts of something, just go for director's holes and constantly make noise. So look, that's the spec end of the market. These companies are listed for a reason, basically to make money, and you can make a lot of money on any level of quality on a spec stock. It just depends. Those that can have the people involved to get out and spread rumors, to get on the likes of hot copper and have it become a hot copper cult stock, get to $1 billion market cap and have $3,000 in revenue. So that's what can happen. And the herd behavior at the moment was rampant towards these lithium stocks to trading. And it's totally neglected most of my stable, which to the benefit of my clients that still like me, they're as full as a state school, Kerry, and they will make a shitload of money over the coming years. They will progress to the next level, and it will not change them. So they're great people. They're not going to change just because they've can afford direct debit for their electricity bills. On a positive note, I look for good management. I look for teams that keep the structure tight, have a good geological understanding, And one of my favorite sayings in the industry is good projects come to good people.
Yeah.
And some of my best wins, I go back to when I floated Independence Group. Chris Bonwick bought that project for $15 million. He heard about it at a barbecue. He acquired that. Bill Beeman, Joe Holdsworth from Ramilius. Mind you, he got lucky drilling into a jewelry shop. There's so many, I can remember over many years. Herald Resources goes back. I helped float Sandfire. Look what happened there. You just got to stick with that quality. And I believe that I am in some quality stocks that feel like another Sandfire, that feel like the old MPI Mines, Herald Resources. They've just got a certain feel to them, Kerry. And that can only come through 25 years of watching markets, meeting people face to face, reading body language, and just sticking to what I know and not exactly chasing all the pretty girls at the bar.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Don't chase all the pretty girls at the bar, but without giving the game away, because you've got your own clients, so I don't necessarily need you to share with us all of the stocks. But are there specific commodities that you're looking at as we go into 2024? As I sit here talking to you, and I don't know, guys. I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a feeling like we've just heard. Commonwealth Bank economist came out today saying he's looking at rate cuts in 2024. That's given gold a little bit of a pullback, but I still think gold's got time to run in 2024. And then I'm looking at uranium and thinking, well, uranium was languishing at 50, I think it was $50 a pound, and now it's like 89, 90. So what are the commodities that Tony Locantro is looking at as we head into the 24?
Look, I'd like to see the trifecta of gold, silver, copper.
Okay.
And the roughy manganese.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
why manganese?
Well, it's in batteries, and why not?
Okay.
Why not let the bugger have it? Let it have its day. Look, the issue I have is gold stocks have underperformed the gold price by a long way. The Australian junior gold sector has just been poleaxed. Can't struggle to raise money. Lots of companies with up towards 1 million ounces capped at under $10 million. That's just a joke. That will change. I think silver is probably the most explosive commodity / precious metal there is. It's a very tight market. And if speculative interest comes, it'll be like trying to suck an ocean through a straw, because there's bugger all silver companies that will soon morph into 300-400, where eventually at the top of the market, they'll acquire a silver project on the moon. But that's just the bullshit that happens with these markets. So gold, silver, copper, in the mid 8s, floating around up to 9-ish. I think it got to 10 briefly. That's one sector of the market where the juniors have fallen substantially.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And that's another one. There has been quite a lot of positive press on copper. Uranium bubble's been by stealth, Kerry. It hasn't got the same attention it got in 2005, 2006. But you look at the likes of Bannerman, Boss Energy, they've roared away. Paladin, Deep Yellow. So we had a bit of a run in the uranium juniors in the Athabascan Basin in Canada, and I don't think there hasn't been a huge amount of excitement around uranium. You look towards other sectors. They're my commodity picks, but I'd rather focus on the individual company, because a company that can turn into a gold producer, regardless of the gold price, can do well. Because I remember commentating on gold stocks 22 years ago when the price was about $250.
Wow.
An ounce, and we still had a vibrant gold industry. So it's all about producing lower than what you sell it for, and that's the key theme. But I guess, look, there's no fever like gold fever, and it's hard to it's just like imagining that you get this nasty virus and you think, well, how do you feel now? But you feel perfectly fine, and it's that will drive it. It's the fear of missing out. I think there's going to be a heap of FOMO. Fund managers need to pay off their Mossman mortgage and BMW. So if they start to underperform and gold stocks are the way to go, again, It only takes a small increase in the participation rate to see gold fly. The other option, which isn't so good, is we have a fadless year when stocks get totally back to fundamentals, which means most of them get found out. So yeah, interesting year ahead. I think the biotech sector is due for a massive fight back. That has just been absolutely cruel what's happened to them.
Yeah.
So on the whole, looking very good. I declared 2 joint stocks of the year in Maronan and Red Metal. Joint stocks of the year based on what I can see and value on a conference notebook. I can write.
Interestingly enough, Tony, just because you mentioned Maronan, I've just finished an interview. It'll be up today as well with Richard Carlton, because they just had their cracking last hole announcement, which came in at, it was hole 22, 17.1% lead and 112 grams per ton silver. He got a big smile on his face. I just did a really quick update for our audience out there, but Maronan seems like it's the eastern flank and the western flank are both, they keep on giving as we go into Christmas for good old Maronan.
Yeah,
but the market's recognised it.
No, because most speculators / investors want their returns yesterday.
True.
So no one really is focused on buying something that just might turn into a boring mine and spit out a shit ton of cash. No, that's boring. I'd rather have a stock that moves quickly, that gets rumor driven, where I can lose 80% of my money and I become an addict and I implode. So look, that's great. That's great. Richard's one of the nicest guys in the industry. He knows his stuff. This stock, as I said to my clients, is grossly undervalued. Red Metal own half of it. They've got some other really attractive high risk, high reward projects in their own right. And Rob Rutherford is due again. So he's run that company 23 years and still has around 300 million shares on issue.
Better get Rob on the channel soon then.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. He's one of the best I've had on Zooms, and clients love him. All that has to happen is what he says about his projects just has to come to fruition.
Yep.
And it's on for young and old. I also presented my biotech basket, the likes of radiopharmaceuticals, Chimeric. I feel sorry.
Chimeric has been absolutely smashed into the ground.
For no reason. All she's put out is good news. She works her backside off.
Yep.
They did have a run to 4.8 when a 2.8 cent rights issue was on. So I emailed clients and said, look, take the 4.8, get it all back at 2.8. And if you had a DeLorean, you could have had as much stock as you wanted. She's great. They're reporting excellent results, but it just fell away with the biotech sector.
Yeah.
Radiopharm, same thing. Ricardo Canaveri doing a great job. Going to have imaging on the pancreatic cancer, drug for prostate cancer, four trials. People don't realize is that these companies are working towards extending people's lives for nasty diseases, not backdooring a dodgy project somewhere in the world just to get a share price lift. And the funny thing is, the rubbish is capped at more than the quality that are a great cause, and you can also make money. So I presented them as well. I love Saturn Metals. Unfortunately, the price has kicked up a bit. I wish that was a few cents cheaper. I think that's potentially the next Capricorn. And go look at what happened with Capricorn. Started with a low-grade gold project and won a textbook case of growth in the gold sector. I look at quite a few other stocks. If people want to get my insights, like Locantro Light, let's call it, go to tonylocantro.com and just register, and I'll send you a few emails without excess spam, and you can click unsubscribe. But in saying that, interest at the bottom is terrible, and this year's probably been my worst for new client growth. It's just been crickets. It's cricket.
Crickets.
And then,
That's
okay.
It's cricket season, so you're allowed to say.
Oh my God. And then what's going to happen is a few stocks start to run. When they run, and everyone wants to be my friend again. Well, you know,
he'll remember the ones that were friendly to him when the market was crap. So speaking of Saturn Metals, I can confirm that they'll be at the Australian Gold Conference this year. Tony, I hope we'll get you back again this year, and probably get you to be speaking as well. It's not till the 26th to 28th of August. I should know this off the top, 26th to 28th of August at Crown in Sydney. It'll be a cracker. And we have Kingsgate as a major sponsor next year as well. So that's pretty exciting news. So
great. Yeah.
It's on the good news side of things. On the bad news side of things, to everyone out there, send me some love, could you please? I just got given my notice to vacate. So while you're eating your Christmas dinners and having a lovely time and probably drinking too much, I'll be packing boxes because I've got to move house again. I'm over it.
Oh, that sucks, Kerry. And it's a shame because you're an absolutely tireless worker and you deserve a break. And sadly, hopefully you haven't got a rental crisis up there like we have here in Perth. So
little bit tricky, but fingers crossed. Say a little prayer for me. I'm going to see something today, and hopefully it will be all right. But who knows? Tony, as always, final words go to you as we wrap this up for 2023. What would you like to tell my beautiful audience out there?
I came up with, they say the shower is the most productive place. Normally it's the bedroom, but I'm about to say that it's only in the brightest sunlight that most of us realize we truly suck at cleaning windows.
What does that mean?
I've got no idea. But you can choose your own adventure, but that's my saying. And Happy New Year, everyone. And I look forward to a year of excess profits.
An excess carnivore for Tony, because he's off the sugar, and he's, as he said before, he's as cut as a cheddar. What did you say?
Shredded as cheddar.
Shredded as cheddar. All right.
Well, that's the aim anyway. Another 2 to 3 kilos off, and I'm going to enjoy life. I look forward to our upbeat chats, and I will be more positive next year. Under the influence only of kombucha, because I'm taking another year off alcohol. I don't miss it, Kerry.
Good for you.
Why not? Why not get addicted to a healthy lifestyle and being there, being alert, being able to get up at 6 a.m. and hit the gym on Saturday mornings?
Oh, good.
I love it. I'm 52, not getting any younger. Let's go.
All right, enough of your ranting.
Enough of my shit.
Say goodbye to everybody. Tell them you'll see them in mid-August. See Charlie the chimp who's sitting in the tree.
Oh yeah. He's hanging around. He looks kind of chilled now. It's a time to be chilled. And I look forward to meeting a lot of viewers next year. Thanks, Kerry.
Mate. Thanks, Tony. And to all of you out there, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to Making Money Matter, which is my newish YouTube channel. And we want to bring you lots of value going into 2024 with the likes of Tony Locantro and many others. But for now, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you in 2024. Merry Christmas.